welcome to my channel. So my name is Marissa and this is going to be my first official YouTube video. So thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for being here. If you guys want to see how I got this fall Thanksgiving inspired makeup look, then you can go ahead and keep on watching and see how I go from a crackhead to this. Okay guys, so I always start with my eyebrows first, so that's what I'm gonna do. I kind of scoot in a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm using my Anastasia brow definer, and I'm just gonna, I don't really fill in my eyebrows too much because I kind of like how they look naturally. I just like to darken them up a little bit. So I kind of do a line under here, and I just underline the underneath part of my eyebrow. Just like that. And then I'll take the spoolie side and brush it up, kind of blend it all together, fill in some areas that I don't like, right there. Then I'm gonna lightly make little hair-like strokes in the front of my eyebrow, like that. Fill in a little sparse areas right here. And that's all I pretty much do for my eyebrows. So I'm gonna hop off camera and do my other one and I'll be right back. Okay, eyebrows are done. So now we're gonna move on to eyes. So what I like to do is take my concealer and I'll prime my eyelids with that. It's gonna be a little light because I am pretty tan right now, but it'll all blend together when we're done. So I'm just gonna blend that out with my finger. And then we're gonna do our eyeshadow. And if you see that I'm like not looking like in the camera, I'm looking over here, it's because that's where my phone is. And I like keep looking to make sure I don't look like a clown. So sorry about that. Okay, now that I look scary, we're gonna move on. So we're gonna be doing a smoky eye, but I don't really have a plan here. I kind of have a plan, but I don't have a plan. So let's see. I'm gonna be using my Morphe and Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow brushes. So I'm gonna start with the Jaclyn Hill palette. That's what I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna take this shade right here to start with. And I'm just gonna put that in my crease as our transition shade. That is what's gonna help our other shades blend seamlessly and make sure there's no harsh lines and make sure everything is even. All right. So now that that is done, I'm gonna start with, I think we're gonna take this shade right here and we're gonna put that all over our lid. Tap off the excess and put that right on our lid. This key to smoky eye is blending. You have to blend, 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 blend to get that seamless look. So I'm gonna start with that, and I'm gonna go back to a smaller blending brush. Okay, so to start building the crease, I'm gonna start with this shade right here. And I'm just gonna start blending out that lid color that we just laid down. So I'm gonna go right in this crease area and start blending that upwards. Now we're gonna go darker than this, but this is just gonna help us with the blend in the beginning. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. So let's talk anxiety. I have been having the worst anxiety lately. It's been so bad. Like, I have suffered with anxiety all my life. And lately the past 3 weeks has been the worst it has ever been. I finally got into a doctor and got on medicine. So far I feel a little bit better. And I'm just hoping that this medicine works because it has been rough. And so many more people suffer from it than you think they do. But when you're having it, obviously you always feel alone and it just sucks. It's the worst feeling ever. So now I'm gonna go in, after we blended that out a little bit, I'm gonna go in with this dark shade right here. And I'm just gonna blend that out even more. I'm using the same brush. So what do you guys do when you have anxiety? Makeup always makes me feel so much better. I always just grab a makeup brush and some makeup and sit down in my mirror and just start doing my makeup whenever I'm having really bad anxiety because it helps so much. So we're gonna go back to that lid shade. We're gonna build that up a little bit more. So it's pretty much just applying, blending until you get your desired look. I'm gonna take that small brush, and I lost it. Oh, here we go. And then I'm gonna blend that some more. All right, so now I'm gonna take this dark brown shade right here, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna put that in the crease and build it up. You want to kind of stay in that little socket right here and just put that color in there, blend it out. And then once you know that there's less product on your brush, you can start going up here and blending it out a little bit more. And I'm holding back on my brush because I'm not applying a lot of pressure. I'm just lightly blending. All right, and I'm just gonna go back and forth and do that same thing I was just doing until I get the desired color that I'm wanting, and then we'll move on. Okay, so now I'm gonna take that same transition shade that we started with, and I'm just gonna kind of go over everything and kind of blend it out a little bit more. This is one of those trust the process makeup looks because right now it kind of looks crazy, but once you apply eyeliner and lashes, it all comes together. So I think I want to go in with a little sparkle on the, or a little shimmer on the lid. So I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette, and I'm going to use the shade Blow right here. And I'm just going to use it on my finger and kind of tap that on the lid. Just lightly. Okay, so now I'm going to take a makeup wipe and I'm going to clean up the edges. And I just take this tip of my fingernail and kind of just pull it back towards the eyebrow. Just like that. So you basically just want to follow your... Okay, so how I do my eyeliner is I take my Urban Decay Perversion Waterproof Fine Point Eye Pen. So it looks like this, and the tip is like that. Looks like that. So how I do this is I'm gonna get a little close. So I'm gonna take my pen and shake it a little bit. And first thing I do is come to the corner of my eye. Now I have a hooded eye, so we're gonna do this a little bit different. So I'm gonna come out here and I'm just gonna follow that, and lightly, with light pressure, when I get towards the tip, I'm gonna let go. So pressure, 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 let go. All right, so then I'm gonna close my eye and I'm gonna bring it back, starting in like the middle of my eye. So just like that. Just like that. We're gonna fill that in. Now, I don't always like to go all the way in my inner corner, so what I'll do is I'll go kind of like where your iris is, the middle of your iris. You're just gonna start right there with a thin line and then make those connect. Just like that. And then once you apply your eyeliner, it'll all, or your lashes, it'll all blend together. So I also like to take a small brush like this, and I'll take some concealer, if I can find it. I'll take some concealer, put that on the back of my hand, get a little bit on that brush, and just clean up the edge of the eyeliner. So just like that, and then blend that out. And that is your wing. Okay, so I just hopped off camera, finished my eyes, and did my eyeliner. So now we're gonna move on to lashes. So what I like to do for my lashes is I will curl my lashes and kind of just give them a good pinch about 15-20 times. And then I will apply mascara, and then I will apply my lashes. So I'm gonna do my lashes off camera, but the lashes I will be using are the Ardell Demi Wispy lashes. The mascara I'm using is my L'Oreal Telescopic, and it is my absolute favorite mascara. I have used Too Faced, Better Than Sex, Born This Way. I have used Bad Gal Bang. So many mascaras I've tried, and they all transfer. This is the only mascara I've found that doesn't transfer. So I just do a thin coat of mascara all over my top lashes, and then I will apply my false lashes, and then I will be right back. Okay, eyes are done for now. Lashes are applied, so I'm gonna start with my face. I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Master Prime, and I'm just gonna put that all over. And then I'm gonna blend that in with my foundation brush. Just gonna blur my pores and make my face look a little bit more even, so that way my foundation goes on really smooth. And sorry that I got like this all in the camera. Can't see shit. I feel so awkward like sitting here talking to myself. I mean, I'm sure it'll go away once I get used to it, but I feel like a crackhead or something. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so now that that is on, I'm gonna go in with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. It is in the shade 4W1 Honey Bronze. I am tan. I work at a tanning salon, so I tan every day, and I know you guys are in the comments gonna be like, it's so bad for your skin, blah, blah, blah. Like, yes, I know, but I don't have time to self-tan all the time, and I don't like looking orange. So I'm gonna take my foundation and stipple that on. So my foundation in this light doesn't look like it matches my skin that great, but it does. And once I apply my bronzer and highlight, it's gonna look a lot better. So again, just trust the process. I don't get up too high underneath my eyes just because I will go in with concealer and I don't want my eyes to look cakey underneath there. So I try to put as minimal product as possible. Okay, now that I look like a ghost, I'm going to take my concealer, my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. It is a lot lighter than my face, but I do like my under eyes to be a lot brighter. So I'm just going to apply that in the center of my eye, in the outer corner, the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, chin, and forehead. And I'm going to take, again, that same foundation brush I just used to blend that all out. Then I'll kind of scrunch my brush like this and get that under my eyes. I'm so bad holding this mirror and freaking trying to do my makeup. It's a learning process though. I'll get the hang of it eventually. All right. I make the ugliest ass faces when I do my makeup. Like, what the fuck is that? Ugly as hell. As fuck. Okay, so now that that's done, I am going to bake. So I'm gonna use my Coty Airspun powder, little baking brush. I'm gonna put that on my chin, Cupid's bow, nose, forehead, and under my eyes, pretty heavily, not too crazy, but I do like my under eyes to be set pretty good. This is a translucent powder, by the way. Alright, so now I'm going to take my big fluffy brush and I'm just going to lightly set the rest of my face with that same powder. Okay. So I use a couple of different bronzers. The first bronzer I'm going to be using is my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. And I'm going to take my bronzer brush. If I can get this open. What the fuck? Okay, I'm going to take my bronzer brush. And I'm going to apply that very generously all over my face. This is just gonna add definition, make it look like you're skinnier than you are, and really bring out those cheekbones. A little bit darker. I like that bronzer just because it's kind of like a darker shade. This one is more of like it has like a reddish undertone to it. So it's gonna make my face match my body a little bit more, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go in pretty heavily with that one as well. And apply that everywhere I just put the previous one. I hate that the camera makes my face look like a totally different color than my body because it does not look like that in person. light is like washing me out or something. Whatever. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm gonna go in with my blush. I'm gonna take that same bronzer brush I just used, and I'm gonna use my Ulta Sweet Rose Blush Trio, and I'm gonna take this shade right here and put that pretty much on top of the bronzer I just applied. What the fuck is that? What in the fuck? Come on, man. All right, so now we're gonna move on to highlight. The highlight I use is the Revlon Skin Lights in 201 Daybreak Glimmer. This is the highlighter I'm gonna be using. Cupid's bow, nose. All right. So now we're gonna move on to finish the eyes. So what I'm gonna do for the eyes is I'm gonna start with that same red shade that I put, or that red brick orangey shade. I'm terrible at explaining colors, but you know what I'm talking about. That shade that we put on our lid, we're gonna start with that, and I'm gonna take my Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush, and it looks like this. It's a little pointed edge, and I'm just gonna put that right underneath my lash line. So I'm just gonna kind of stamp that on there. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm just wiggling that right on my lash line. We're gonna smoke this out with that darker shade that we used in our crease. I'm gonna take that tiny brush I got right here, and I'm gonna use this color and this shade, the ones that we put in our crease, and I'm just gonna smoke that out. I'm gonna go right underneath that shade we just put down. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with that brush we just had and apply a little bit more of that orangish, reddish, bricky shade, because I feel like we lost some of that while blending. And that's it for the eyeshadow. So now I'm gonna line my waterline with black eyeliner. I am using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade 0. I am gonna line my waterline top and bottom. This is what really pulls a look together, in my opinion. I love, love, love eyeliner. This is gonna look really weird, but the way I do this is I put my pencil in my waterline and I close and I just glide it on. All right, now I'm gonna go in with some mascara. Same mascara we use on our top lashes, and just apply that to my bottom lashes. Okay, so now I'm gonna take that blending brush that I just used to blend out my lash line, and I'm gonna apply that same highlighter that I used for my face. I'm gonna put that on my brow bone and in my inner corner. Take my clear brow gel from Anastasia and I'm gonna set my brows. I'm gonna apply a lipstick and I'll be right back to show you the finished look. Okay guys, I hopped off and applied my lipstick, and Now I'm going to set my face with the One Size On Till Dawn mattifying setting spray, and then this look is complete. That shit tastes like hairspray. It's so bad. It's so bad. It works so good, but it smells horrible. All right, guys, and this is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and if you guys want to see more, let me know down below.